Hi, Dave Johnston here with Day Trade the Markets. I've just been filled long here. Is the emini Nasdaq. It's 10:52 a.m. That's Pacific time, my time on Friday the 22nd. So we've had a good rejection of these lower prices here. It's looking good. It's starting to move up already. So um, I placed my stop in here at 23, just below this last dip. The market did come down and make a slightly new low, as you can see here. This was the earlier low of the day here, and you can see the market turned around, made a slightly new low here just a few minutes ago. Got fairly good rejection off of that. Now that we've come up above this most recent red bar is why I've jumped in the trade. So I think we've got good trade location here, and the next target to the upside is in this area up in here around 33, 34. And so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put in a sell stop just below there. So we're long from 28.50. I'm going to put it at 33.50 to try and sell two. That'll give us 5 points on that. So roughly the same amount as our stop on this trade. So that's really the lay of the land at the moment. Why don't I go ahead and just put in another marker up there. Oops. Oh, didn't mean to grab. Okay, to grab that, move that. Let me just move this stop back here to 23. There we go. Good. Okay. So there's a time there. Our trade's on, and we've got our orders in place. I'll pause the recording, try and keep this as short as possible, and pick it back up as the market dictates. Okay, just resuming the recording. It's now 11:22. So it's moving up nicely, as you can see. We're getting fairly close to our first objective. The market did have a bit of a dip in this area here, and we now have a green bar showing. So I'm just going to bring over the data box right here and take a look at the low of that green box that just formed, or the green bar that just formed. It has a low at 29.75. So I'm going to increase the stop to 28.75. Actually, I'll put it right at 28.50, which is break even. And just put the marker over there. So just really want to bring you up to date on that, and hopefully we'll get filled here in the next minute or whatever at our first objective here at 33. Actually, I meant to make that 33.50, didn't I? Yeah, it's in other words, 5 point profit from our long at 28.50. So at any rate, I will pause the recording and hopefully pick it up shortly. Okay, just resuming the recording. It's a minute or so later, so we just got filled here at our first objective, 33.50. So I'm going to change the stop here. Sorry, not the location at this time. Leave it where it is, but the amount is what I want to do. Bring that down to 2 because we just sold 2 of the 4 contracts that we were long. So it's a pretty quiet day today, as you can see. I mean, our entire range today has been roughly from 43 down here to about 16 or 15. So, just about a 30-point range. So that's a pretty tight range on the Nasdaq. I think for last couple of days, it's been much bigger. Even yesterday went from about 20 to 75. So that's like over 50 points, 55 points. So, a 30-point range is, it's a pretty tight day. So there is still a possibility here that late in the session, and of course today being Friday too, could be late, late in the week obviously. So we could have a potential rally here, and I mean it has the potential to get up into the 50 area. I'm going to go ahead and put one sell limit up near the high of the day. We're long from 28.50. I'm going to put it in here at 38.50 to sell one contract, and that'll give us a nice 10-point gain on that. We've got 2 contracts left, so let me go ahead and put another marker in there. So this is below the high of the day. As you can see, the high of the day is a little bit higher than that. It's up at roughly 43 areas. So, but it's near the top of this red bar here that was formed back early in the day, and that's around 41. So it's certainly below that. So I think we're looking good here for the time being. Okay, we just had another green bar right here, and the low of that green bar. Let me bring in the Where's that data box? There it is. Okay, so the low of that green bar right here that we just had, the previous bar, its low is at 32. So I think I'll bring the stop up to 30 and a half. Yeah, just give it a little bit of room, point and a half below that. Um, and I'll just move the marker on that stop as well. So I'm locked in at least a couple of points here on the final two. So I do want to be fairly lenient with this though and give it some room to move. But we have locked in 2 points here on the second two contracts. We made 5 points on the first two. So we'll just leave it like that for now. And our time is getting on for 11:30. So market's got a little less than 2 hours to go in it. But I'll pause the recording right now. Okay, just resuming the recording again. It looks like we're going to get stopped here. Obviously, it's come down just within a tick, I think, of it. So just want to restart the recording because of that. So, at any rate, just want to bring you up to date, and once again, I'll pause the recording. Okay, just resuming the recording, 11:30. So about 40 minutes on that trade. We just got stopped there, so I want to cancel this here. So 5 points. We can move that out of the way. So we got in here after that dip, as I was explaining in a test here that failed to make well, it did make new lows, but it failed to hold below the earlier low and got a good rejection. And then we got long here just above where that rejection, or where that last wave of selling started. So we got in here. We got 5 points in the first two contracts and 2 points on each of the second two. So what's that? A total of 10 plus 4, so 14 points on that particular trade. So not a huge amount, but then again, you can only take what the market's willing to give you. And today, as I was saying, today's range is only about 30 points here in the emini S&P. So I'm sorry, in the Nasdaq. So a very quiet day. So our average dollar range is much lower than average. So when the opportunity is not there, you can't expect to make too much. So anyway, that's a trade for today. If you have any questions, you can reach us at info@daytradethemarkets.com. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.